Welcome to the Samurai Channel. We are all students who have been active for the past 3 years through social networking, street speeches, and signature campaigns. The channel is made up of teenagers and is made up of culturally diverse high school students, including Japanese, half European, and those who have studied abroad. The corruption of politicians in Japan today is glaringly obvious. The adults need to wake up and express their opinions clearly. But even if they realize, more than 70 years of misguided history may prevent decisive action. It is we, the youth, who are in this predicament. That is why we must learn together, speak out and take action, remember who is telling lies, remember why is false history being taught, remember who are the traitors. Remember understand what individuals and nations have done to our country. Let us know if there are any mistakes. We are ordinary high school students, but our leaders have been aware of Japan's shadow since junior high school and have taken action. Mission: Let's protect Japan, let's be proud of Japan. Support us. Arigatou gozaimasu. Here are the topics we chose this week. Number 1. Prime Minister Meloni, Japan-Italy relations upgraded to top strategic level. January 16, 2026, Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni visited Japan for a summit with Prime Minister Sonai Takaichi. The two leaders formally agreed to upgrade Japan-Italy relations from a strategic partnership to a special strategic partnership. They plan to significantly strengthen cooperation in defense, security, economic security, and technology. Marking the 160th anniversary of diplomatic relations, the framework aims to link Indo-Pacific and Euro-Atlantic security to jointly address China's maritime expansion and the Russian threat. Meloni emphasized, Japan is the cornerstone of the Indo-Pacific and Italy's most important partner sharing core values. Number 2. 7 students disqualified in common test for university admissions. As of January 18, 2026, 7 examinees nationwide were disqualified from the common test for university admissions due to misconduct, including smartphone use and peaking. The Ministry of Education and the National Center for University Entrance Examinations took strict action, issuing immediate disqualifications. Specific incidents included filming exam papers with smartphones and cheating from neighboring seats. This year reportedly saw a record-high number of misconduct reports, attributed to the high difficulty and intense competition of the exams. Educators have voiced that strict measures are essential to maintain fairness. Number 3. Chinese national seeking rescue after ignoring empty Fuji off-season rules. As of January 26, 2026, a Chinese man in his 20s, who entered empty Fuji during the closed season, injured his leg near the 8th station and requested rescue. The Shizuoka Prefectural Police Mountain Rescue Team has been deployed for 2 days at great personal risk, but harsh winds and poor weather have hindered their progress. The man remains at a mountain hut while an airlift is considered. Following a surge in unauthorized and reckless off-season climbs this winter, experts are increasingly calling for mandatory rescue fees and stricter entry restrictions. Number 4. Viral video, Muslim resident calls for restraint on public street prayers. A video posted by a Muslim man living in Japan, urging others to refrain from group prayers on public streets, is spreading rapidly on social media. In the video, he appeals to the community to prioritize coexistence with local residents and focus on praying at mosques or home to avoid unnecessary friction. This call comes amid rising tensions in some areas and seeks self-restraint within the Muslim community. The poster explained, "I want to deepen mutual understanding so we can live peacefully in Japan," emphasizing consideration for a harmonious society. Number 5. Ken Noguchi pledges support against Kushiro megasolar violation. Environmental activist Ken Noguchi has pledged support from his foundation to oppose a megasolar project in Kushiro City cited for procedural violations. Noguchi emphasized that nature conservation and the voices of local residents must come first, intending to support local opposition movements. Meanwhile, the government has decided to mandate the submission of disposal plans for solar panels to tackle the mass disposal problem, expected to peak around 2030. These simultaneous moves have reignited the debate over the balance between renewable energy expansion and environmental protection. Number 6. Ayabe sewing manufacturer confesses the end of orders from major makers. A sewing manufacturer in Ayabe City has confessed that orders from a major apparel giant have finally ceased. This has wiped out years of stable work, putting the factory's very survival at risk. As production shifts overseas, skilled Japanese artisans are being pushed into a harsh corner. But there is something we, the consumers, can do. By consciously choosing made in Japan clothes and goods, we can directly support these local craftsmen. High-quality, meticulously crafted Japanese products offer superior comfort and durability for long-term use. Let us all stand up and champion made in Japan. Number 7. NHK and Kyoto Shimbun are both finished, Oakan. An NHK dismantling demo was recently held in front of NHK headquarters, yet the mainstream media has almost entirely ignored it. This suppression of the public's voice is a blatant example of media bias and self-censorship. Furthermore, the Kyoto Shimbun has come under fire for a headline that intentionally avoided the name General Nogi, instead using the vague phrasing, unusual removal of war dead memorial at Kyoto Shrine honoring Army General. This deliberate obscuring of historical facts for the sake of political convenience is an abnormality that the Japanese people must recognize. In fact, at Nogi Shrine, Fushimi Ward, Kyoto City, a memorial for the Pacific War dead, dating back to the Showa era, was removed without the consent of the bereaved families, sparking profound outrage. Based on these cases, we must conclude that the major media is truly rotten. We must turn to diverse information sources and strictly scrutinize the state of the press. Number 8. Vicious foreign driver flees. Outrage explodes over media self-censorship. A horrific hit-and-run occurred on a nighttime road where a vehicle flipped over, struck a pedestrian, and the driver fled the scene. This was a malicious act, far beyond a mere accidental mistake. Despite the risk of the perpetrator fleeing the country, the media continues to protect them by masking their face with mosaics. For a wanted-level criminal, their face should be publicized to alert the public. While it is standard practice overseas to report a criminal's face without hesitation, Japan alone coddles them under the guise of human rights. It is utterly preposterous. The major media is truly rotten. Anger boils over at this stance that belittles the victim's life while shielding the perpetrator. We will not stay silent. We demand the truth, severe punishment, and an end to media self-censorship. Number 9. TBS affiliate MBS, stop deceiving the people. The media manipulation continues. TBS, often referred to as the Korean Broadcasting System by its critics, has seen its affiliate MBS spark fresh outrage. On the program Yeoncheon TV, they biasly classified parties like the Center Reform Alliance, Democratic Party for the People, Communist Party, and Raiwa as kind and gentle Japan, while labeling the LDP, Ishin, and Sansei as strong and scary Japan. This is a disgraceful labeling that completely ignores reality. Journalist Kazuaki Takeda points out that this should be corrected. The former represents Foreigner First Dark Japan, while the latter represents Japanese First Strong Japan. It is outrageous that such propaganda is allowed. The major media is truly rotten. Furthermore, while Sansei Party's Kamaya claims to support a Takaichi administration, he has failed to field opponents against cancerous LDP figures like Taro Kono, instead targeting famous conservatives. It appears he is using the Takaichi administration as a shield to support a Noda or Saito premiership. What do you think? Number 10. Kimigeo becomes the standard karaoke closer among young people. A heartening trend is spreading among the youth where Kimigeo is becoming the standard closing song at karaoke. According to surveys from JoySound and others, especially among high school girls and Juraike, landmine-style, girls, an increasing number are choosing the national anthem as their final song. Why is it so popular? It's short, easy to sing, creates a sense of unity in a group, and the surprise factor pumps everyone up. This organic trend proves that we have no need for the Communist Party or the Nikkyoso, Japan Teachers Union. Seeing today's youth positively enjoying their national anthem is truly wonderful.
This week's Can Stop Please, the bullying crisis in education, a deluge of protests against school shootings and perpetrators. As bullying cases in junior high and high schools across the nation grow increasingly severe, a wave of protests from parents and victims is surging. The outcry is directed at the blatant stance of schools prioritizing the protection of perpetrators, as well as the sluggish responses and chronic culture of concealment within the boards of education and authorities. In particular, bullying reality videos posted on SNS and YouTube by victims and their peers have gone viral one after another. Many point out that without this digital evidence, the majority of these incidents would have remained undetected. The footage captures shocking moments, teachers prioritizing consideration for the bully, officers refusing to accept formal reports of bullying, and truant victims being callously told to just endure it. Consequently, complaints and protest calls to education authority have skyrocketed. While the Ministry of Education, Culture, Sports, Science and Technology has notified all education boards to strictly enforce the act on the promotion of bullying prevention measures, the culture of silence within schools remains deeply entrenched. Outraged families are voicing their pride stating, schools that shield bullies have failed as educational institutions, and without these videos, the truth would have been buried in darkness forever. As similar video continues to be uploaded nationwide, this has evolved into a major social crisis that can no longer be ignored.
This week's textbook. This week we'd like to introduce a summary from page 20 of Professor Satoshi Nakamura's book The Truth About Okinawa. We will introduce the photos on pages 19 and 20. MacArthur's statement on speech suppression. At the same time that the United States issued a strict order to suspend the publication of Asahi newspaper, Supreme Commander for the Allied Powers General Douglas MacArthur made a statement that completely disregarded the Potsdam Declaration, MacArthur's statement on speech suppression. The Allied Powers hope that Japan will clearly understand that in no way will Japan and the Allied Powers be regarded as equals. Japan is a defeated enemy that has no right to claim a position among civilized nations. The Supreme Commander issues orders to the Japanese government. He does not negotiate. In reality, following the U.S. issued Press Code, September 15, 1945, and Radio Code, September 2, 1945, pre-publication censorship of newspapers and magazines began on October 9, 1945. Additionally, it was publicly announced on October 11, 1945, that the U.S. had commenced the inspection of civilian letters and telegrams, as well as wiretapping telephone communications. This means that both the media and the general public were subject. Asahi Shimbun, June 20th, Showa 21, 1946, edition. Let's take action this week. This week's Let's Take Action is, we support the revival of the nationality clause in Mie Prefecture. The news that Mie Prefecture is reviewing and considering the reinstatement of the nationality clause for hiring prefectural government employees is an encouraging development. 6 professors from the University of Tokyo and others have submitted a counter-opinion paper asserting human rights concerns. However, this is a one-sided human rights argument that completely disregards Japanese citizens' employment opportunities and information security, thereby threatening the sovereignty of the Japanese people. Meanwhile, at the University of Tokyo, an incident has occurred in which a professor was arrested for bribery and coercing subordinates into providing sex entertainment. Do professors who cause such scandals really believe they can keep their own hands clean? From these examples, it is urgent to revive the nationality clause and firmly restore Japanese citizens' sovereignty over public administration. The biased reporting by major media outlets is also a symbol of corruption. Shouldn't we, the citizens, support Mie Prefecture and use this as an opportunity to push for the nationwide revival of the nationality clause?
飛び散る火の花走る湯玉海後の風さえ息をもつらず仕事にせい出す村の鍛冶屋主は名高き一国親父早起き早寝の病知らず鉄より形と誇れる腕に勝りて敵は彼が心刀は種道が的がまぬわに咲くは好きよなたよ平和の打ち物休まず打ちて見事に戦うあんたの敵と